Mm-mm. How y'all doing? 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 Woo! Listen, how y'all doing? Happy Friday, y'all. Y'all should be partying this weekend or something. How y'all doing? Y'all good? You all good? Today, I'm about to let you all have it. I'm about to tell you all the list of men that gives you the best chemistry. Y'all ain't gonna like it, but I'm very honest. Go straight to the point. Miss Joe, how you doing? Hi, hi, hi. Happy Friday. Good to see you. Jamisha, hey. Oneida, hey Sandra, how you doing? Very good. Turn off the lights. And listen, I'm going to tell you all which men give you the best chemistry. Y'all ain't gonna like it, but hey, that's your problem, right? But I'm gonna be very straight up. I'm gonna be very straight up. Rashida, happy Friday. Hey, tag team, how are you? Man, life is happening. Not life is happening. I'm about to give you all this list, man. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day though. It's about to be the weekend. Um, so I'm not gonna take too long because it's Friday and I got stuff to do. You know, my kids are about to come from school, so I can't be on here for all day, right? But I know you all heard me talk about chemistry before, right? Hey Monique, how you doing? Shanti was good. You all heard me talk about chemistry before, and so I know you all hear me talk about chemistry, what it means, or what it looks like, what's the idea behind chemistry, and so forth and so forth and so forth. And so I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna spread this right here. I'm gonna tell you guys, when you see the men who give this type of chemistry, you gotta think about it. Okay, think about it. There are some men who are great at giving chemistry, but there's a reason why they are so great at it, right? Okay, you're working well. Don't work too hard. There are some men who are great at giving this chemistry. I'm gonna start off with the most obvious ones. Now, before I tell you this list, man, before I give you this list of people who give you the best chemistry, understand chemistry, first thing first, chemistry is not what you think it is, right? We all know this, right? Chemistry, Jamisha, you gonna sing with me? Chemistry is not what we think it is, right? Chemistry is just your experience within you based on certain energies or vibration that happens. Now, a lot of times, chemistry is caused by two elements joined together. It could be fear and lust. It could be lust and fear. It could be lust and anger. It could be lust and a whole bunch of crap, right? Chemistry is just when things begin to vibrate within you and you have a chemical reaction, okay? And those things are usually those emotional things, those trauma, those down low stuff that we don't even realize yet, okay? Greetings to you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hey Empress, how you doing? Happy Friday, Janice. Happy Friday. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a good Friday too. So we know what chemistry. Chemistry is a reaction that you have in your spirit that your body picks up, right? And again, it's based on certain emotions and memory. That's what creates or stimulates these chemistry, these chemical reaction. Ma, how are you doing? And so a lot of times we don't even realize this, but a lot of times this is what we look for. This is what we notice, these feelings in our bodies, and we call it chemistry. So when you're talking to someone and you have this chemical reaction, what you're gonna do, you're gonna say, "Oh, I have chemistry with this person." And when you say that I have chemistry with this person, oftentimes this is your way of going the distance. This is your way of being stimulated. This is your way of being with that person or being attracted to this person. And so many times, many people find themselves in traps. You will find yourself in traps of being with this person, and in about a few months, you're gonna realize that the chemistry begin to dive down. Hey divas, how we doing? The chemistry or the reaction begins to die down, and you begin to see people's true colors. You begin to see them for what they really are, and you begin to see their character. So understand, when you meet somebody with this chemistry reaction, hey Shanti, when you meet somebody with this high chemistry, what happens? You up here. Hey Belinda, right? When you meet somebody with this chemistry, the reaction is up here. And then after you meet somebody with the chemistry, it begins to sink. Lena, how you doing? Hey Sylvia, it begin to sink. And when you begin to sink, you begin to force things, try harder. You begin to get annoyed. You begin to try to put things together again because you want the same high. So this is why chemistry is not the most important thing. Now, there are some people, hey Cherry, there are some people that stimulates the hell out of you, that give you that chemistry. If you pay attention to what I'm saying, I don't want to disrespect nobody. I don't want to call nobody out. I don't want to call no man out. Hey Trish, right? I know in my life, I was able to do certain things when I was at these levels, okay? When I became this man that I am right now, I no longer give people, I no longer experience the chemistry that people talk about. When I became this man, when I began to operate from a place of peace and calm, there's no more chemistry, not that feeling. Now I depend on my character. Okay? There's a character trait that I am. I'm calm, I'm relaxed. So when you come around me, you're not gonna feel no damn ridiculous chemistry because that's not what I do, and that's intentionally. Stay, so we don't. So it's a difference, right? Where you operate from determines what type of energy that you give and what they pick up. Does that make sense? What's up, Justin? How you doing, brother? How you doing, man? Does that make sense? Where you operate from, the level of healing that you operate from is the type of damn chemistry that people be thinking that they're picking up. So be aware. The man that gives, I'm going to start from number one. The man that gives the most biggest chemistry is a broke man. Shit. The man that gives you the most chemistry is a broke man. A broke man. Hey, honey sugar, how you doing? A broke man gives the most chemistry. Why? Because people with money don't have to give no or try too hard or give you all this energy because the money speak for them. But a man who is broke, they know. Listen, we know that you don't like broke men. We know that nobody wants a broke man. I mean, seriously, a man knows that women don't like broke men. You find it as a abomination. Some of you find men who are broke an abomination to God. Now, I'm not saying all of that because I think that that's just ridiculous. And so a man knows, hey Miranda, a man knows if he is broke, he has to make up for it. Listen, I know some of y'all don't. I know some of y'all gonna look at me and think I'm crazy. It's all right. It's all right. I ain't started. I just started. A man knows if he is broke, he has to make up for that. And so he knows how to turn on his chemistry, his feelings. He knows how to turn on certain things. He knows how to go quick in the front. He knows how to, in the beginning, he goes hard. And he knows what he got to do. And so he knows how to stimulate you differently, especially with his words. I'm just being honest. A man who is successful and financially stable ain't got to do all that nonsense, and he doesn't. He doesn't. Ain't nobody. What's up, Water Rasta? How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? We have to do the same thing when it comes. That is true too. So a man who is broke would give you an insane amount of chemistry. I remember when I was broke, boy. When I was broke, I knew how to turn you on. I knew how to get your attention when I was broke. All is well. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Long time. Good to see you. It's good to see you. But seriously. Hey, I'm Linda. What does it mean when a man says to me, no. We're not there yet. I'm giving this list. We're not going to no man when a man says this yet. We're talking about chemistry. We're not going with those questions yet. Give me a minute. Let me go through my list, and then we'll go to the questions that you have. All right. Is that Jure? Hey Jure, how you doing? Oh yeah, that's my nephew. What's going on, nephew? How you doing? Wait, is my nephew right? You got your whole name on YouTube. Hey Karen, how you doing? Good to see you. But yeah, let me put it in my notebook. Oh, my niece. I'm sorry. You know your names spell the same. You know I can't tell the difference between your names. How you doing, my niece? My beautiful niece. How you doing? Second time to catch you alive. I'm on a roll. That's good. Hello, Michelle. I'm doing great, Karen. So understand this: the number one man to give you chemistry is a broke man. The broke man gives you the biggest chemistry. Number two, the second man that gives you the best chemistry is a man who knows how to speak, a man who uses words, a man who uses his words to make up for his action, a man who uses his words in place of his behavior, a man who uses his words to promise you things that he cannot cash, a man who knows how to say things and when to say things and how to say things, and he has the gift of gab, such as myself. A man who knows how to promise you the world. A man who knows exactly what you want to hear. Hey, Miss Ira, how you doing? That man will give you chemistry because I know a woman, like I told you all the time, a woman has orgasms in her ears. The woman ear is the place where she has her orgasms. Let the best man who speaks the best wins. I'm telling you, a whole world solid, yeah. Saying that we're just no, I mean like for real. Women love to hear what they like to hear. You like to hear what you like to hear, and you know, because like for instance, men, we fall for what we see. We can see we can see an amazing looking creature, a woman. We know ain't there. We know she got things. We know she ain't. But our eyes is how we orgasm. I mean, we are. That's how we are. It's nature, right? You go by your ears. We go by our eyes. Your ears mess you up because the problem is with you when you use your ears is because you listen for excuses. You listen for sweet words. You listen for sweet nothings. You listen for to explanations, long ass explanations, right? You listen to things that sounds good. That you listen and you listen and you listen. And the way how a man speaks and the times that he speaks and how much he speaks, and he can if he can conversate, as you know, or converse, if he can conversate to you in such a way, he can stimulate. You can take your panties off the phone with never seen because why? A woman is stimulated by what she hears. What you hear, it creates hell. Seriously. And so oftentimes, a man who can converse in that way. Oh, it's a tease, man. No problem. A man who can use his words to his gift of gab to speak and to communicate to you and say anything. Those are the men who can bring you the most chemistry. Now, oftentimes, chemistry is created by just a useless amount of energy, just a useless amount of information that's passed to you. It's pointless, it's shallow, it's empty, it ain't worth a damn. It is usually useless. If the most useless somebody is, or is the most chemistry it brings. Because when it comes to real character traits, man, character traits don't really give chemistry. It don't really create chemistry, which leads to the third one. A man who is suffering, as you called it, hasn't healed. A man, you know what? Let's go to this third one. Let me skip the one. A man who is in avoidance. Those avoidance, those avoidant attachment style people, oh, they can create in you so much damn chemistry, and this becomes a psychological one. It becomes a psychological one because you know why? Because now he seems mysterious. It's a mystery. He doesn't say much. He disappears for time, and you think that it's about you, and you begin to question things. You know, I got so many people asking me questions about these damn avoidant ass people. My husband is avoidant. My boyfriend is avoidant, and they can't stop. It's an addiction. And it's not that these avoidant people don't really bother you. You're the one who bother them. They ain't trying. Some of them don't even try to mess with you all. Now, some of them that you call avoidant just don't like you. They're not avoidant. They just don't. They're avoiding you. Yes, Miranda. Right? Some of these avoidance are just avoiding you, and you think that they're avoidance. They're avoiding you because they don't like you, but you can't leave them alone. But some of these people, these avoidant people, they will cause chemistry in you because now your insecurities is about to show up. Your insecurities is coming out. Your fear is coming out. Your self-doubt is coming out. You all this feeling from past trauma is coming out. One thing about these avoidant people, they can bring out everything inside of you that's been there from since childhood. Think about it, true or false? They can bring out jealousy, they can bring out insecurities, they can, and this causes stimulation within you because in the beginning, that mystery, them people can stimulate the hell out of you and you don't even realize. And then later on, 2 years later, my boyfriend is avoidant. What should I do? Well, leave. I can't. I love him. I love him. My husband is an avoidant for 16 years. Well, what should I do? Well, what can you do? He's the one with the weird personality, not you. But you are the one with the chemistry. See, sometimes that chemistry is gonna wear off, and the reality is gonna be right there. You know, the thing about chemistry is that chemistry wears off. We say avoid them back. Chemistry wears off after a while. My guy friend has avoidant attachment. He pursued me. He definitely tested my actual healing. I'm telling you, man. Hey, Beatrice, because it makes you it creates so much it creates so many questions. It makes you question yourself. It makes you question how far you have come. It makes you question what's wrong with you. It makes you question who you are. It makes you question, does he like me? Does she like me? What is going on? Hey, Tamara, how are we doing? And so I'm telling you, man, these people can generate a lot of chemistry in you, but it's not because of them, it's because of you. It's because you're the one doing it based on how your mind is experiencing it. It's a psychological issue that's going on. Because again, those people are usually, sometimes they're distant, sometimes they are quiet, sometimes they are by themselves, sometimes they are loners, sometimes they are mysterious, sometimes they are just mysterious. You know, if you want a woman, all you have to do is be mysterious. Oh, she's gonna give you attention. Don't tell that don't tell a woman that you like her. Wait, she'd find you attractive first because you close your mouth, and that's chemistry. Now, some of you say, of course, some of you are gonna say that's not me. I get it. Everybody's not the same, but I'm telling you, it's a generalized thing. The women don't want the men who want them. Women want men who are scarce. You want the men who are the ones who not in existence. You want the Jesus ones, the ones who are already in heaven, right? The ones who don't have emotions, the one who is emotionally stoic, the ones who just who ain't trying, and the one who trying, he's thirsty. The one who's trying just wants some sex. The one who's trying just wants to hit. Because so it's an awkward thing. You know, the one who trying, I don't trust him because he probably when he gets it, he's gonna leave. Why are you all so afraid of people getting it and leaving anyways? Why are you all so afraid of people getting that vagina and then leaving? Why you all think men do that? Do men do that? I'm just asking. Do men just get it and leave? Or do they stay? Right? Because I see a lot of people, if he, you just want to hit it and leave. Why are they leaving? Especially if it's good too. Shoot, if it's good, hey, he ain't leaving. Right? Am I tripping or you're all so quiet today? Am I tripping or what? When they get it and it's good, they ain't leaving. So why are you all so afraid of them leaving anyways? But those are the men. Man, these men don't leave. These men, I don't know. I mean, too many games I play these days. I have to. You have no tolerance anymore. I hear you. I mean, it seems like nobody has tolerance. Appreciate this show or that. Especially, hey, boss lady, when I got a block text yesterday saying, hey, stranger. And I'm telling you, they always come back. Kirk, in your past, you didn't leave? Shoot. Listen, sometimes I left because the sex wasn't good, so I left. I'm like, please. That's not funny. But I mean, I've left before. But I left. I mean, listen. I've left even without getting anything. I was like, yeah, that ain't me. Sometimes the sex was the question. Let me see if I really like her, right? Let me see if I really like her. Sex? No, I don't like her. Right? You all do it too, right? You all do it too. As women, you all do it too. You will meet you will meet the perfect man, perfect guy, perfect gentleman, and they got a small penis. It's a wrap. Oh no. Oh no. I can't. I just can't. Let me pray. I pray for you. Let me pray on it. God bless. And you think that if you pray over it, it's gonna grow? It doesn't grow. It doesn't grow at all. I tried. And y'all be hurting people's feelings too. Talking about, fix your face while you at least fix your face while you're doing it. You know, y'all are very hurtful. Y'all so hurtful, girl. Then you want to tell your girlfriend, girl, he's so nice, but he took his pants off, and I don't know what happened. It's just, it wasn't what I expected, but I could have tell because I was looking at him one day in his jeans, and I realized nothing. It was nothing bulging there. But I'm like, yeah, maybe he's a grower, not a shower. Or maybe he's a, yeah, maybe he's just, maybe But last night, we did something, and I was like, wait, what do you think? That's not gonna do anything to me. Put that back up. I'm not even. You know what? Let's just go home. Let's just cuddle. Because y'all are mean. Y'all are mean people. Daughter of Zion. It's true. Y'all are mean. Y'all can hurt people's feelings. Talking about, I don't know what you think that now. Are you in yet? Damn. Where you going with that little thing? Teresa, put that thing back. I'm telling you. Hey, you are. Hey, Gina. Gina, you ain't missed nothing. But you all know it's true though. Hey, Aridessa, how you doing? But yeah, y'all I mean, y'all would do the same. We all do the same thing, Both of us, men and women, we do the same crap. It's just that when a man do it, is evil. But when a woman do it, it's like, And you also obvious. You see, if a man see you taking your clothes off and he sees some kind of cigarette burn or some kind of stain on your drawers or something, he doesn't even look at you funny. He smile, right? He ignores it. You see anything, and your face, your face says everything, right? Thank you, Miss Joe. You do the same. Your face say everything. It's sad. What's wrong with you? Nothing. But seriously, though, all joke aside, man. There's some things, man. Thank you. There's some faith. The fourth man who is able, Jesus, the fourth man who is able to bring you that hell of a chemistry is a man who has issues from healing. A man who hasn't healed yet will bring out so much chemistry because what he does, and it's not because of him, it's because of both of you. What he does is that we know that these things are, well, the thing about energy and the thing about feelings is that feelings are magnetic. It means feelings attract feelings, okay? Oh, it's you, Mercedes. Oh, hey, Mercedes. Okay, got you. Hey, Mercedes. I didn't know it was you. But good to see you. Good to see you. Right? Um, a man who is not healed will bring out the worst part of your healing process. Because what? Energy attracts energy. And again, it's not because of the man per se, it's because one stimulates the other. One thing about feelings are magnetic energy. Feelings will, meaning magnets pull. And when it pulls, it attracts, right? It attracts. So whatever energy that you carry in, whatever energy, whatever emotional trauma that you are carrying, if I'm around you carrying the same level of vibrational energy, the similar levels of vibrational energy, what happens? You pull me and I pull you. When we pull together, we have chemistry. Now, oftentimes, this is the one that is the loudest one. This is what you call trauma bonding, right? This is what trauma bonding really is. It's just energy attracts energy. Like energy attracts like energy. And since you attract it, not because it's good, but because the feeling is familiar. Just because it feels familiar. It feels familiar. And since it feels familiar, you are drawn to it easily. It's like an effortless movement, right? It's effortless. And so it can be you said it happens so smooth and nice, especially when you all have all these conversations for growth though. It can. When you have these great conversations all the time and you talk about your past and he talk about his past and you hear the shit that he happened to him and you hear it, oh, it stimulates, it sparks rainbows and stuff. And you're like, bam. And then the chemistry that you experience, but understand that chemistry, it dies out very quickly. Each other growth in some. So you meet to teach each other growth in some way possible, depending how open-minded both are. You know, I don't, well, that's possible, but maybe you meet because well, yeah, they show you where you are. They show you, people that you meet show you where you are. That because when you meet people, if I meet somebody in France, most likely I'm in France. But if I meet somebody who is Spanish or who's a Spanish person, mostly I'm in Spain. If I meet somebody in Jamaica, no, sometimes you might meet them somewhere else, but for the most part, if I keep meeting a bunch of Jamaican people, I'm probably in Jamaica. If I meet in a bunch of Americans, I'm in America. So a lot of times, the people that we meet show us where we are. It's just that it's an emotional state, not a country state. And so we have to learn that people will bring out some very strong reaction from us. That's because of where we are emotionally. When I was with my ex, he had childhood trauma. I had anxiety already, but he brought it out more. No, since not with him, unfortunately, he passed. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, hey, I am Tom. How we doing? But that's how it works. But sometimes it is hurtful feeling, but the best growth for you. Yeah, 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 yeah. I won't doubt that at all. Damn it, Marsha, I forgot. I came live on a whim. I didn't know I was coming live. My bad, Marsha. I know you'd be mad at me for not telling you that I went live. Sorry, Marsha. Hi. Can be super hard to move through. It really can be. It really can be. But here's the thing, though. Oh, see, there you go. But here's the thing. These folks can bring out the most chemistry from you, man. And so this is why you got to be careful, man. My motto is I never lose at anything I encounter. I always learn something new for my betterment. We have to be aware, though. It's something that we have to be aware. I think I think relationships are easier when you can bypass that idea of chemistry and these feeling stuff. I think relationships and dating gets easier when you can bypass and understand the way how chemistry work. And I think we can't understand how chemistry work because one thing about chemistry, man, it does. One thing about chemistry will bypass. Chemistry will go against the rules of your peace, right? That's what chemistry does. Listen, have you ever been attracted to somebody who was married or taken, or you was taken already, or you was married, but there was a strong chemistry between you all? Have you ever been that way? Do you know what stimulates chemistry? Let me tell you one other way that stimulates chemistry when you know something is wrong. I'm telling you, chemistry is based on psychology. What stimulates chemistry is when you know something shouldn't happen. It makes it more fun. Have you ever ate, not, I know I'm talking about cheating, but I ain't talking about eating anything. I'm talking about foods. You ever, in your class, in your classroom, you wasn't supposed to eat, or like in church, but the piece of cracker that you had in the class was the best tasting cracker that you ever had, but when you eat it outside of class, it wasn't that great? Listen, cheating creates chemistry. Messing with someone, yeah, messing with somebody's partner creates chemistry. It's not because that person is good. It's because that person is off limits. You see, sometimes you have to understand the biggest type of chemistry goes against law and order. It's sick. Chemistry goes against law and order because chemistry is how we. Have you ever seen this show, Love After Hip Hop? Or Love After Prison? Love After Lockup? I'm sorry. Have you ever seen that show? Love After Lockup? You see that all them feelings that they be having? Yeah, yeah. When you know something is off limits, chemistry is strong. But you never feel about somebody's husband like you feel about your a man who's available or a woman who's available. You never feel about the man's wife. You will never feel about a woman that how you feel about the man's wife because it's unavailable, it's off limits. And so the idea of stealing and sneaking and going behind and trying and sniffing it and playing with it and testing yourself if I'm if you get caught or what, that right there f's with you. It f's with your your you know it messes with you psychology. You with your psychology. Yeah. Catching feelings. Yeah, I'm telling you. Catching feelings for married people is a big no, but it happens all the time. And married people will get you. You know how married folks get you? Let me tell you how married folks get us. Let's be honest. Let me tell you how married people get you. Right? Let me tell you the trick that married people use. You want to know the trick? Let me give you all the trick. So y'all gonna look for this. I'm gonna give you all the trick now. I probably shouldn't give you all this trick, but I'm gonna give you all the trick. I'm gonna be a nice guy and give you the trick. I'll put you on some game. Yeah. Hey Nancy. No, not even see somebody saying that they're not happy is just games. That's if you still believe, yeah, it's a, hey Holy Spirit, long time no see. If somebody tell you that they're not happy in their relationship and that still get to you, you ain't got this game yet. Me telling you, yeah, I'm married, but I'm not happy. I'm married, but I'm not married. Oh, if that still wins you over and you sleep with them, something is off with you still. Cause in our society, listen, I'm telling you, if that still get you, thank you, Belinda. If that still take your underwears off, yeah, I'm happy. I mean, I'm married, but I'm not happily married. I'm not married. If that still gets you, something off with you. That means you ain't listen to nobody's videos, like you don't watch nothing, like you never heard of before. That's the biggest scam, right? Yeah, but if somebody, hey, I'm not happy in my marriage, hey, that's your go. Well, that's your business. But here is how the problem is to make you feel sorry for them. The problem is sunflower. Do you know the other side to that? Do you know the other side to that? You said men will tell. Listen, and coming from a man, let me tell you the truth. You said men will tell you all their problems to make you feel sorry for them. Women do the same thing too. Believe it. Trust me. Believe it or not, women do the same thing. Believe it or not, women do the same thing. Okay? Let me give you a transparent moment. Actually, never mind. Crash that. But I'm telling you, man, they do the same thing. But listen, though. Here's the trick. Here's the trick, right? Yeah, it definitely goes both ways. When somebody is married, what happens? You feel safe because you know that they're married. So I would never cross the line. I would never do anything with them. You're married. You're not a threat. As a matter of fact, I'm not looking at you no more. I'm not even thinking. But they're your friend. In your mind, I don't see you as a threat. I don't see you as somebody who's going to try. But the married person, that married person is like water. He's not trying. She's not trying. They're just naturally flowing. They're flowing. But water will make a damn path where there is no path, even though it's not forceful. Water will make its own path through anything. See, water will go through anything just by being consistent, just by keep flowing, just by going that same direction. It will create, after a while, water will create its own path. See, when somebody is married and they're your friend, you already know that. You already know that they're married. So you're not trying to fight nothing. Yes, Miranda. You're not trying to stop nothing, right? I'm not a fan to share with anyone. You're not trying to stop nothing. You're not trying to, and little by little, little by little, little by little. Next thing you know, oh shoot, I think I like him. I think I like her. Conversation still goes. You still find something in him or in her, and you begin to converse, and then one joke comes in. The little joke is cracked, and when the joke is cracked, It's kind of uncomfortable at first. They test the water. Next, because they're married. They don't want you, right? And they're married. They don't, they're not trying. They're not gonna talk about. That's how married. So married people to you is safe, and when they are safe, they are the most deadliest people. And so this is why, man, we have to listen. We have to start paying attention. When I tell you that the biggest amount of chemistry starts with someone who's already in a relationship, because you know that you're not supposed to have them. You know that they're not supposed to do it. And so if the person was such a great chemistry person, how come the partners don't have that much chemistry with them? They don't. Because it's not them. It's not about them. How come their partner don't have all this feeling and stuff? They're probably bored. They're just there. But you are feeling all the chemistry. Why? Because it's psychology. It's a psychological thing. Understand, man. These are the biggest ways for where chemistry works. It's very likely with married men. Yeah. Start justifying continuing to see them. Yeah, facts. Facts. Why do you think women are always messing with the pastors and stuff? That's why. They're harmless. The most harmless people are the most dangerous people. I respect the institution of marriage. God would bless me with my own man if I just wait on the Lord. Lord, have mercy. Lord, God will bless me with my... sometimes you have to go out there and choose your man, choose your woman, choose your partner. Why are they the most dangerous? Because you put your walls all the way down. Your walls go all the way down, right? When you're around somebody who is safe, your walls go all the way down. Just you drop your walls, and now anything comes over. And so that's why they're the most dangerous, because you put your walls all the way down. Wait, what's drive Rashida? 57 years old and still waiting patiently on God. Now listen, I'm telling you, sometimes you have to go and get your own people. Waiting on God. I don't know what we wait on God for. I don't know what we wait on God for. Chemistry without commitment is a disaster. Hell yeah. Chemistry without character is just foolish too. People have to prove that they are safe. I don't automatically assume anything. That traditional phrase of, yeah, man. Listen, I don't know what God is sending us, but you already have about 4 billion men and 4 billion women here. 4 billion men and 4 billion women. You know who chooses your partner? Your emotional state. You know who chooses your partner? Your level of healing. You know who chooses your partner? Yeah, you know who chooses your partner? You. Based on where you're at in life, based on how you think, based on how you feel, your energy chooses all your things. Just like your job. Who chooses your job? Not God, but what degree you have, what experience you have, what you want. That's where your job comes from. And so when it comes to our partner, it's the same thing. The energy, the feelings, the thoughts, who you attract is what you have. And so we have to learn that. Waiting on God is a term that we use, or is a term that we were introduced to from the Christian faith. And I think that's nobody else does this. The Buddhists don't wait on God, right? Those other Eastern religions don't wait on God. It's only the Westerners wait on God. Yeah. So you gotta be careful with that. Why are black men self-worth so dependent on society, their homeboys? Why do some men stay emotionally childish into their old age? Why are black men self-worth so dependent on society, their homeboys? I don't know those men. I don't think I don't know. That one I can answer. I don't know. I don't know. The men that I hang out with, or the men that I know, I don't know. I wouldn't know that. The men that I speak to, I don't know. And it's not a black thing either. It's not a black thing. But you have to it's not a black thing at all though. It's men, period. You know, if you date all different races of men, you will see it's not just a black man thing, it's a man thing. If you look online right now and you see people talking about their husbands, the white woman saying the same thing, the Asians saying the same thing, Hispanics saying the same crap. It's just a man thing in general. But it's just we are different. Men are different than women. And I think if we learn to appreciate each of our differences, we will learn how to work with our difference. But we don't, you have to understand that I'm not going to be like you and you're not going to be like me. We have to look and see our differences and learn how to work with those things because we're not going to be the same. We're not the same. Men was taught differently. Men was taught, number one, I was telling a young lady just the other day, a man was taught the woman has the value. If the woman has the value, if you want to find your value, young man, go to the woman and get her. You will find your value, right? Nobody never tell men what their value is, right? Nobody ever tell men what their value is. They tell men they have to go to work hard and find a wife. Because he who findeth a wife, right? He who findeth a wife finds a good thing and obtain favor from the Lord. So now it's not the woman that's obtaining favor, it's the man. But first, to obtain God's favor, I have to find her first. Right? And so understand, so what value do I have? None. Because I wasn't told anything. I wasn't given a value. So now I'm thinking growing up, if I look at my mom, I have sisters. I look at my mom telling my sisters, hey, Grace. I look at my mom telling my sisters, hey, these boys, watch these boys. These boys ain't no good, right? These boys ain't no good. If I hear these boys ain't no good, these boys ain't no good, I'm a boy, right? And so when I hear these boys ain't no good, these boys are going to try, these boys, so now you teaching me how to be. Now, I know sometimes, I know you don't understand what I'm saying because you probably don't see it that way. If you tell me, if you eat all your food, you're a good boy. The day when I don't eat all my food, I gotta be a bad boy, right? I gotta hide. I gotta force myself. I gotta become domesticated. I gotta feel bad in myself because I have to be a bad boy. So when I hear you telling the girls, hey, these boys, man, these boys are trash, and these boys, and these boys, and these boys, and these boys, shit, I'm one of these boys. So here I am. So now since you're telling the girls, that means the girl has the value. The girl has the value. And so now let me find more girls. Let me get 2 girls, please. Matter of fact, let me get 3. As a matter of fact, let me go from girl to girl to girl to girl. Let me go, because I wasn't found. And so we keep looking for our value through women. This is why men look for their value through women. This is why men look for their value a lot of times through women. A lot of men will find their value in the woman, and they can't find it, so they go from 1 to 1 to 1. Then they begin to think, well, she in it. Well, she in it either. No, not her. Man, she ain't smart enough. Man, her ass ain't big enough. And that one just annoyed me. That one nags. And we go from one, and because we are trying to find that one thing. And so now, when we can't find it, because it took me a while to understand that part. Time she was just away. Damn. So many excuses, so little accountability. Everything is everybody else. This is never the man's fault. Again, you're just missing the point. Listen, if you already have your answer, keep your answer. Okay? If you already have your answer, keep your answer. But just keep your answer. You asked me a question, yet you don't want to hear my response. So keep your answer. Since you're already so, believing in your own, then keep yours. I'm wrong, because I don't know men. I don't understand men, okay? But yeah. Why do lie when they say they're not married but are? Well, they just want what they want. It's not about the fault, it's not about the fault, it's about the understanding. But of course, they want to hear what they want to hear. Hey, Rena, how you doing? I'm trying to bring understanding behind the purpose. It's an excuse. It's not an excuse. I'm not telling you it's right or wrong. I'm not telling you it's right. I'm telling you how it started. I'm telling you why men are the way they are. You know, but it's just understanding. When you have when as a man I understand this. When I understood this is when I fixed myself. It's not an excuse. It's an understanding. But some of you just want to hear what you want to hear. So, I mean, hell. Um, but the woman is truthful. Black butterfly. Listen, man. The women are not truthful. You listen. I say this all the time. You assume women are truthful because you are a truthful one. When I tell you, as a man who have been with back in my days, a lot of married women, they are not truthful either. They lie just like the men. I have seen it. I have done it. I have been with women back in my days, back in my whoredom days, that was just liars, just like dudes. A matter of fact, I personally, let me tell you all a story, man. And I told this story before. Let me go a little transparent. And I probably shouldn't tell this story because you all think, a lot of you all really think that women are just angels, even though you know that you're not an angel yourself. I remember I was messing with this girl, man. This is like 20 years ago. I was messing with this lady, right? I was messing with this lady. I mean, I kind of liked her. Maybe not 20 years ago, but I liked her a little bit, right? And we were cool and everything, right? We were cool. And I mean, it was fun. And I was in the gym one day, and I was young, and I was in the gym, and I saw this gym guy. I see him all the time, and we was just talking, and he's like, "Yeah, man, tonight I have this friend down that I'm going by." I said, "Oh man, look at you, look at you, big dog." I was like, "Who this friend is?" He said, "Man, she in your company." She in my company? Really? Ah, which one? And he told me her, the same one I was messing with. So I'm like, "You playing?" He said, "You know her? I mean, you talk to her?" I said, "Well, yeah, me and her is cool. Yeah, she a cool chick." He said, "Dude, damn." I said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah." So I'm like, okay. Well, since you have plans with her tonight, let me let's try something. I said, "Text me when you're there, man. Text me when you're there by the door. Text me when you put up to the house." He said, "All right, bet." That night, I was talking to her on the phone. I was talking to her on the phone. Seriously, this is years ago. I was talking to her on the phone, man. And when I was talking to her on the phone, he texted me, "Hey, man, I'm in her parking lot." I said, "All right, cool." So let me see what she's gonna tell me. She's like, "Well, Kirk, I'm going to bed, okay?" I said, "You going to sleep?" She said, "Yeah, I'm going to bed." I said, "No, it's kind of early." She said, "Yeah, I'm tired." I said, "Damn, it's perfect timing." Man, listen. He texted me, "Hey, I'm going in the door right now." I said, "Yeah, no, she just told me that she's going to sleep. She just told me she's going to sleep." I said, "Damn." And I ain't gonna lie, I felt kind of bad. I felt kind of bad. Oh, hold on. I was like, "Damn, how can she do this to me? Oh my God. I can't believe it. Oh, I can't believe it." And then when he left, he texted me, "Hey man, I just left." I said, "For real?" She texted me, "I couldn't sleep. I'm still up." I said, "God damn." I said, "This chick is strong." See, I wasn't. I said, "Oh yeah, really? So you were sleeping, huh?" She's like, "Yeah. I mean, I sleep when I woke up, but I can't really sleep." I said, "Wow." You see, when I tell you, I have seen some things in my life because I was no better, right? I was no better, right? And I've seen some things. Thanks for the heart me. I've seen some things, but if you haven't, you will never know how women get down until you was that man that they was getting down with. You will never know how much. And when I bring it up to her, because I said, "Listen, man, I know what you did last night. I knew what you did." She's like, "What do you mean?" And she denied it to this day. But I was like, but really? You really denied it? So you never said you want him never? No, I promise. What? Took her to her grave. I said, man, that's rough. Yeah, I got the footage that I was given. That's why I couldn't even complain. Hey, Cole, beloved, how you doing? But I'm saying though, but what am I saying? I'm saying this. We both genders have some issues. Both genders have some issues. I think, but everything is understand, man. Understand. Some people grew up a certain way. Some people see certain things when as they were growing up. And people don't find their healing sometimes until they get older. People don't find their accountability until they get older. Some people just don't come to it until they get older. And sometimes when you know that you leave them alone, you don't argue with them, you don't force them, you don't fight them, you just let them be. But not with you, but you let them be whatever they are with other people, right? Because it's not their time yet. It's just not their time yet. But I'm telling you, there are deep reasons behind these things. There are deep rooted issues behind these things. All we can see is the surface issues. We can't see the deep rooted stuff. Why? Because you just think it's just about cheating. It's just about food addiction. It's just about drugs. It's just about sex. It's not. It's always a deeper reason. But we are not. We just can't see it because we our feelings are hurt. Sometimes your feelings, yeah, they're gonna be hurt, but people are gonna do what they do. People are gonna do listen. Folks are gonna people who ain't healed is just gonna be not healed. But we got to see deeper. Isn't that more freeing? Don't have to stay in judgment. Yeah, let people be who they because I'm telling you. Hey, don't touch it. How you doing? There's gonna be a time when people are gonna be ready to live their life and be free in their life and be peaceful in their life. I know it took me a while. It took me a while to be this man, and thank you, thank you for the gift, thank you, Wada Rasta. Yeah, seriously, it took me a while. So who am I to judge anybody who's doing it? It took me a long time. I was in my 30s until I realized, what the hell are you doing, boy? Like, why are you doing this? Like, you don't like yourself? Thank you, Rasta. Like, you don't like yourself, dude? Like, why you keep going in this situation? You know she ain't the one. You know she ain't right. You know you ain't right. And sometimes I have to rebuke myself. You know you ain't right. Leave that woman alone. Like all jokes aside, boy, you know you ain't right. Why you want to bring pain to someone else? Why you want to see somebody else in pain? Ain't that crazy? But you know how crazy it is to watch somebody suffer because of you? That's when you wake up. That's when you're like, oh shit, I caused this pain. And that's when you begin to be careful. You begin to be careful that I caused this pain. For what? For what reason? And so this is when you begin to leave people alone. Because when you see the pain that you're bringing them, hi. Do you know where Leah is? Yeah, she went with her mama. Where are they? They went away. She went to her hair. Either accept them as they are, everything that goes with them, or leave them like, yeah, yeah. My husband can go weeks without talking. Your husband can go weeks without talking to you? God damn. Shit. If your husband could go weeks without talking to you, that's a whole different level of stuff, man. That's a whole different level of stuff. That right there is wicked. You see, when a person could go weeks without talking to you, you might want to um, okay. So let me say this. 21 years. If it was me and I could go weeks without talking to you, as a man, I'm talking to somebody else. Yeah. If it was me, listen, it's not about no damn signs. It's not about no signs. It's not about no zodiac signs. It's about people just don't like you anymore. Hey, Ro, how we doing? It's not about signs. Whether you're a Scorpio, Sagittarius, Leo, damn Taurus, them big head Libras, no matter what you are. Yeah, I know. But no matter what you are, if people go 2 weeks without talking to you, that person don't like you. Blessed, bro, blessed. That person don't like you. Hell yeah, Rena, that person don't like you. That don't, that, yeah. Is it punishment or indifference? Either way, it's painful. I think it's more of a punishment. That sounds like punishment. But you know, when you do that, right? I still like him, Leo. Man, I don't think it's no damn Leo and stuff. X came up with an excuse. Big Libra. Grace. Let me check to see if I have them big Libras, huh? But nah. Them people don't like you, man. But listen though, seriously, man. All joke aside, when it comes to these things, if a person could go weeks without talking to his own wife, a wife is supposed to be your side, you know, your side, you know, that person that you check for first. The first person that you check for is your wife or your husband. The first person that you check for is your partner. That gotta be the most important thing, you know. More important than your kids too. I know some of y'all that's triggering. It gotta be more important than, especially when you have kids with them. The partner, the person right next to you is the most, because them kids are products of me and you. Them kids ain't the damn priority. She or he is the priority. The kids come afterwards. Them kids don't come first, because them kids raggedy, man. Them kids are gonna leave. Yeah. Them kids going sooner or later. They're gonna be gone, and your partner gonna be right there next to you if you are still together. But I think that, yeah, yeah, man, that partner is right. You tag team them kids, because if them kids know that they come first, they're gonna tag. Listen, they're gonna tag team you all. They're gonna tag team you all and beat you all with it. But seriously, man, listen, when you're talking about these chemistry stuff. Now, somebody asked me a question earlier. What was the question? A long time ago. I forgot. I didn't answer the question. Um, Somebody asked me a question earlier. I don't know what question it was, because I didn't really read it because I was still going in my numbers. But I'm telling you all, man, these things right here, these chemistry signs, look, keep making sure you pay attention to them chemistry. Chemistry is what gets you all, man. Seeing more and more men that are the ones that are putting the kids above the spouse. Really? Shoot, I ain't seen that. I hear women do that. I don't know. Maybe we just see the different things. Choosing a partner is one of the most important decisions in life. I agree. I definitely agree with that one. What does it mean when, damn, you find it fast. What does it mean when, how you find out so fast? What does it mean when my man says to me, I'm too emotional and doesn't ever care? Hold on. And that doesn't ever care about how I feel. You know, if somebody doesn't care about how you feel, it is one of the biggest signs that you're not respected, right? If somebody doesn't care, because how you feel, if somebody doesn't care how you feel, how can they talk to you? How can they be with you, right? How you feel is one of the most relevant thing in a relationship. How you feel is one of the most important thing in a relationship. Whether it's a friendship, right? Whether it's a friendship, whether it's your kids, whether it's your spouse, how you feel is the most important thing. Because how you feel, everything is off of that. Everything stands off of that. How you feel, you can create a bunch of resentment, a bunch of crap, a bunch of pain, how you feel. And so when somebody doesn't care how you feel, man, listen, that person has no regards or respect for you. And that's just what it is. No respect. And when respect is gone, everything is done. So you need to teach other to grow in some. Wait, hold on. What now? I think I missed that one. He says, so you meet. Oh, yeah. I see that one already. Choosing, yeah, man. But choosing a partner is one of the most important, one of the most biggest deals. But I think now we choose. I'm telling you, we don't choose partners. We choose chemistry. We don't choose partners. We choose feelings. Choosing a partner based on how you feel is one of the most dumbest mistakes. But yet, that's the one that we make all the time. Choosing a partner because of feelings, one of the most dumbest mistakes that we do, and it's a continuous thing, because you cannot. You cannot outrun your feelings. Your feelings will chase the hell out of you and make you feel justified in doing what you are doing. Your feelings will always make you justified in doing what you are doing. How can a man go from loving on you to just cheating with multiple women to one day just discarding you? Yeah. Uh, Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You was just one of the numbers. As shallow as that sound, that sounds like you was just one of the numbers. It sounds like a person that he was using to release. Let me ask you a question, right? These men that you talk about, this man that you talk about, be honest. How did he treat you? Not how did he sleep with you, and not how was the chemistry. How did he treat you? How did he speak to you? How did he communicate with you? Look and see what he did. Look and see the energy behind what he did. Because a lot of times, you are just somebody's number. A lot of times, hey, Termin, a lot of times, you are, like I said, it's all the time, you are just collateral damage and somebody's spent so much time with me. Was he a successful man? Because time don't mean nothing if his not really using his time to. A person who usually go from woman to woman to woman to woman to woman, when you look at their life is so empty. Ain't shit there. Yeah. Like, ain't shit there at all. Like, when you look at a man who go from woman to woman to woman, his career is usually weak. His finances are usually weak. Because that will break your pocket. A man who goes from woman to woman to woman usually has nothing really much to offer. The chemistry can make you very cloudy and see you look. Yes, that's exactly what it does. No, like, oh, listen, I'm serious. I know it sounds funny. A person who goes from woman to woman to woman like that, understand their life is really empty because they don't have enough to, they don't have no discipline and they don't have anything to invest in. They have no, and because their time, they are too anxious, they are impulsive, and so they cannot really, something successful don't happen. And so we have to learn, man. When you look at a man's life, and this is why you have to pay attention to a man's life. When a man is in your life, look and see what he's doing with his time. Because a lot of times, listen, this is what it means. A lot of men, man, a lot of men, a lot of men, a lot of people ain't did nothing with their time. They ain't got nothing to show for their time here. You're 40 years, you're 50 years old, you're 60 years old. You have nothing to show for your time here besides kids, right? You have a bunch of kids. You have no businesses. You have no information, no education, no degrees, no career, no money. What have you been doing with your time? What the hell have you been doing with your time here? And when you look at a man, especially now, for the ones who keep looking at my videos, I know you are grown. I know you are in your 40s, 30s, 40s, 50s. And when you look at a man and you look at his life and you see where did you put your time in? And you can't answer the question, then you have to understand his time is in woman. Because woman is the number one thing that a man will use to deflect from their life. Seriously. Yeah. Oftentimes, what have you done with your time has to be a very important question. Because a lot of them jokers, man, is the same way. Listen, a lot of men single and don't bounce from woman to woman, but that is too far. Listen, we're not talking about you bouncing from woman to woman. I'm telling you about men who bounce from woman. I'm not. Listen, did you hear me say men who are single bounce from woman to woman? Is that what you heard me say? I'm 29, child-free woman. Good. You say bars, but hey, listen, man. You have to ask them, man, what have you done with your time? You can look at the life and see it. Feelings are what determine your choices of partners. Yeah, indeed. It was great with his money. Didn't have the best career. He did have a side cleaning business. He was very angry at times. He did spend time incarcerated before I met him. Man, listen, man. Listen, sometimes, a lot of times, but when a man is doing all this stuff to you, but you know, some people are just hurt. You know, some people are broken. They are hurt. And when you see a man going from woman to woman to woman like that and discarding woman, it's something within him. You know, he carrying some germs. He carrying some germ. It's just germs that he's carrying, but sometimes you just gotta set them people free. You gotta set them men free, man. Some of them are down low men fighting their sexuality and going home to be mean to women. I've heard that before. Believes in God, attention seeker, married and cheats on his wife. Nothing worse. You know, you say a person successful who believes in God, attention seeker, marriage, cheats on his wife. I think, man, and that's because they hide behind that God thing too, man. He said, be nice to Libras. You know, my wife is a Libra. So I was just joking when I said the bigger Libras. My wife is a Libra. Actually, yeah. Hurt people will destroy people, man. But a lot of those folks are hurt, man. A lot of those folks are hurt. And when a hurt person will leave people hurt behind them, whether you're a man or a woman, a hurt person will leave a trail of hurt people behind them. And it's not intentional either. It's not intentional sometimes it's unintentional. Sometimes, you know, I heard, and you all know my story. I hurt people. I hurt a lot of people because I was ridiculously hurt. But the way I hurted people wasn't what I thought I was doing. What I thought I was doing was not what I actually did or how they saw me doing, right? How I hurt people back in the days is not how I thought I was hurting them. I really didn't know. I didn't understand. I looked at it from my perspective, but I didn't understand how they looked at it from their perspective. And that's because in my mind I was so damn hurt, right? And like I told you guys before, somebody told me, hey, every woman that you're with, they will see the shitty man that you are and they will leave you, right? They say that every woman that you be with after me, they will see how shitty you are. They will say that you ain't shit and they will leave you every single time. And I actually believed it. I believed it. And so every time I was with a woman, before you saw how, and yes, the question might be, so why didn't you just stop until you was healed? Because sometimes you don't know that you are sick. You know, one of the worst things that you can do is try to heal somebody who don't realize that they are sick. It's one of the worst things. It's one of the worst things. It's to try to fix somebody who doesn't realize that they are effing sick. Man, listen, it takes so much. It drains you so much because a lot of people don't know they are sick. A lot of folks don't know they think that it's just, you know what I thought? I thought I just couldn't find the perfect one. I thought that's how I saw it. It's just hard to find the perfect one because everybody I met had flaws. Oh, she had flaws. Oh, the way she ate her chicken bones was off. Oh, the way how she drank, she had water on her lips. I can't do it. Oh, the way how she dressed, she wears sneakers. No. Oh man, she had a thing on her shirt, like she can't eat. You know what I mean? I really never knew that. So I see flaws. You see, like when everything that you see is flaws, something is off. When all you see is flaws with people, something is completely off. And I think that's when we have to wake up and shake it. We are off. And so when I realized, hold on, let me fix myself, man. This shit is too much. When I began to fix myself, I didn't see flaws anymore. I see a person. A person who has their own past, who has their own life, who was imperfect just like me, right? Who had issues that they didn't fix yet, just like I did. Who had issues that they don't know that they had, just like I did. And when I saw that, I realized it's time to give people a chance. And because you understand, because a lot of us still are looking at red flags. As soon as we meet somebody, right? As soon as we meet somebody, do you know what we do? We look for red flags. Because one thing about red flags speaks to our nervous system, speaks to our mind. Red flags would make you feel all type of way. Red flags make you twitch. It makes you throw up. It makes you feel butterflies. It makes you want to get mad. It makes you just suspicious. But green flags don't do anything to you. Green flags changes nothing. Yeah, yeah, black butterfly. Green flags does nothing. Green flags don't make you feel anything. Green flags just, and it's so many people can be bored from green flags. Green flags are boring because green flags don't bring chemistry. Green flag bring close, I mean, not closure. Green flags bring clarity. It doesn't bring chemistry. It brings clarity. Clarity is kind of dull. Chemistry is the energy that people want to experience. And so, since your nervous system and your brain is only wired to see all these damn red flags, every time you see a red flag, oh, you can pick it out. But when you see green flags, it doesn't excite you. Tell my daughter you want someone good for you. Yeah, for your nervous system. Your nervous system, man. But I'm telling you, we all know where to find red flags, but we don't know what to find. We don't know what green flags are. And I think that's our biggest problem. It promotes growth. But I think dating, and sometimes, no matter how old you are, the ones in their 20s and the 30s and 40s, we have the same problem. The feelings is going to get in front of you, and it's going to block you from seeing people's true character. It's going to block you from seeing everything. Someone said, if you grow up with a man, if you choose a man while he is young, you're going to have to go through a lot of things with that man. In the end, it's going to be hard. It's going to be a lot because men, for some reason, I don't know what it is. I don't know why it's that way. But a lot of men, men just don't learn like women do. But I'm telling you, man, is a lot of men get lost. And I don't think it's every man. I think this is why I'm teaching my sons now. My son and my daughter, their value, both of them equally. Son, your value is not in girls. Leave them girls alone. Your value in the way how you are. Your value is in look for your education. Your value is in your personality. Your value is in knowing that you've seen better. Your value is within you, but it's your choice. And this is why I have to keep telling my son, because I don't want my son to grow up. And this is why I make sure I don't talk to my daughter in a way that, hey, boys are gonna do this, boys are gonna do that, because I don't want my son to think boys are just bad, because then he might choose to become that boy, because subconsciously, if you keep hearing boys are bad, men are bad, men are bad, he becomes that man. Because why? Subconsciously, you go towards that nonsense. On average, what age do men mature and really know what they want? I don't think there's such an age. I don't think there's such an age. I think a lot of men know what they want. I just think that they want. So listen, I think there are men out there. There are men out there. Not I think there are men out there who know what they want. But I think a lot of those men are not wanted. We have to understand, right? There's a very big percentage of men who are virgins and who are single. No kids. No kids, never had sex, and they are completely single. They say roughly about between 30 and 33% of men up to the age of, I think, 30, single and childless. These men I've never messed with, never touched, because nobody wants those men. Then there's a whole bunch. There's about 10%. There's about 20% who have all the kids. There's about 20% who have all the damn kids. It's the same men. You know, it's the same men who have all the damn kids. It's the same men who have all the kids with all the women. Thank you so much, Akira. Thank you so much. It's the same men who have all the kids. It's the same men. If you listen, these men have kids in different places, different countries, different states, different mothers. It's the same men. And so why you think all these men, it's the same men. Yeah, Miss America, survival of the fittest. I mean, that's what it is. You want the good looking, the tallest, the strongest, the fittest male. And so they're getting all the attention. And so when they're getting all the attention, stuff comes with that. Stuff comes with that. Um, some 50-year-old men still playing games. Sure. Some 50-year-old men playing games. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Some 50-year-old men playing games. You know, a 50-year-old man, hey Christine, hey, listen, 50-year-old men, 40s and 50-year-old men right now, I think are some of the most desired men. 40s and 50s. Some of the most desired men, especially men, those men who have their shit together, they have their own places. Because at 50, at 40, a man usually has his own place. He's in his career path, 40 to 50. He's in his career path. He has his finances good because he should be. Naturally, that's what happens for the man's evolution. And so in that age group, he's mature. He represents, maturity. And so, unfortunately, he probably is one of the top percentage. And those top percentage men, those top percentage men has too many options to choose from. Those men have so many options to choose from. They're successful, they are good looking, they are smooth, they are this, they are that. They have too many options to choose from. And so they take forever to choose. A matter of fact, they become like that one donkey who died from starvation because they give him two piles of hay that was equally beautiful, equally nutritious. And the donkey didn't know which one to choose, so he just keeps sniffing both to see which one he should eat. So he didn't eat any. And so these men sometimes are doing the same crap. They don't know who to choose because they have all the options and they're taking forever. And so they are getting older and older and older. And when you have options, it's rough. You like yours between 50 and 60, huh? I recently dated a 51-year-old man. He has a ton of green flags, but he was so angry. Dang. He was angry? Shoot, girl, there's nothing wrong with anger. Maybe he had a reason to be angry. What age did you start to treat women differently? I think you said you were about mid-30s. Yeah, I was about mid-30s. I mean, so listen. Okay, so I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. You know I don't give myself any justice or any room for slack or any. I'm not really. So let me say this. I wasn't bad. I wasn't that bad as I say I was. I mean, I did some things, but I wasn't that bad. I always treated women with respect. I think my mom taught me that. It's just that I have no self-discipline. Those men, my son, 26, no kids, no drama. Ex went to college. Good, 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 good. I wasn't treating women badly, It's just that I didn't think women wanted me. Seriously, I didn't think they wanted me. So by 2 months' time, I left. In 2 months' time after I meet them, when I thought that they got to know me, I left. In my mind, I was just avoiding the pain that they might have when they see the real me. Because again, that was what I was told. Right? I wasn't a womanizer. But see, but that's what I'm saying. I was hurt. I thought, and yes, I looked like, yes, I was a very seen womanizer because that's how I was portrayed. But in my mind, I'm telling you what I did. I was told from a woman that I loved that when a woman really get to know me, she wouldn't like me. And when you are told that by somebody that you love and that who loves you, you begin to believe it. It sticks. And so when I met a woman, I didn't stay too long. Not because I didn't want them, and not because I mistreat them, or not because I disrespected them. Whoever was in my presence, whoever woman that I was messing with or dealing with, they got the best, a really good version of me, But I thought I was trash. And so I left before she saw the real trash. That's what I did. However, I know the perception of what they saw was a womanizer. Yeah? That's thinking, yeah. So I sabotage everything. Yeah. So that's what happened to me. But I found that out later. Now, I never knew. Right. I never knew that's what I was doing until I became this version. When I look back, that's why I did it. But when you're in the middle of the stuff, you can't see it. You don't know why. You're just reacting. You are just in that place and you're just doing a whole bunch of crap. And so that's So when you are in it, you can't see it. Understand things so clearly. Why is that, Gina? Why is that? But seriously, when you are in it, you can't see it. When you're doing stuff, you can't really see it until you leave the situation and you look back. Because why? You can only connect the dots, looking backward. You cannot connect the dots while you're there. Everyone wants an intelligent man, and they have options, as you say. They leave us single moms with huge responsibilities. They will provide money for education, and that's it. Sometimes that's just what it is. I mean, sometimes that's. Hey, Miss Cindy, I see what you're saying, Christine. I see what you're saying. See, that's super hurtful because you're amazing when you're in it. Then you pull away and that hurt more. Yeah, you know what? You were right. You were damn right. You're right. Because I was always charming. Like I was always a charmer. Hey Bonner, how are you doing? I was always a charming guy. I was nice. I was very respectful, you know? But I just didn't have that thing for myself. And so I keep effing it up. Experience was the worst breakup ever. Yeah, Terran. We can see it. We choose to be blind, having to admit the truth about the situation hurts self-image. Indeed, that too. It's rough in these dating the streets. That's what I heard. I heard it's rough. You say at least you always knew, right? Listen, I heard it's rough out there. It's rough, I heard. It's rough. Because everybody's scared. Everybody, the men scared, the women scared. Nobody wants to lead first. Nobody wants to be first. Nobody wants to be themselves fully first. I heard it's rough. But I think there are some ways to make it less rough. I think there are some ways. And I come on here and I give ideas to make it less rough. I mean, to make it less rough. But I can't do it for I can't do it for anyone. Let me tell you how dating become less rough when you follow these steps. Dating becomes less rough when you follow these steps. You have to be open. Anger at the other gender, but think you're right. It's fear. Yeah. It's fear and lack of understanding. I agree. I wish more men listened. See, more men can't listen to me because it doesn't a lot of times, and men do, but a lot of men don't. I don't I don't enforce that nonsense, right? And so they don't, if a man is in that space, he doesn't. The men who follow me, I know, I see the ones who follow me, and I see their demeanors, right? I see the way how they approach people. I see the way how they speak, and they kind of, they're not that alpha male type. You know what I mean? But there's a way how dating becomes a little less harsh. You have to be open-minded, meaning you have to deal with yourself in a way that you stop thinking that things are about you all the time, right? You have to deal with that version of you that is afraid of rejection. You have to. Because when you're afraid to fail or when you're afraid of rejection, all you're doing is setting yourself up for it. So you have to deal with that part of yourself that thinks is about you, and that's why people reject you because you ain't nothing, because you're not good enough. Because oftentimes, when you do get rejected, or when somebody say that they don't want you, you begin to suffer, and then you don't want to try no more. And then the next time you try, you bring in that rejection with you. You're already putting that foot forward, as in, well, I'm gonna just do something, and if it don't work, I don't care. But I won't give my all. I won't try hard. I won't. And so we already started with that, and we started with the last experience. So it doesn't work. And so to make dating more pleasurable, you have to understand. You have to have an open spirit. You have to have an open heart. One of the things that you have to do when it comes to dating, if you want dating to be better, is open your heart. Open your heart. And what I mean by open your heart, Only when you open your heart, you will forgive them people who came before you. Because a lot of you are still carrying them. You're still carrying the hurt, the pain. You're still carrying your father's pain. You're still carrying the pain of all them people did to you. And when you still carrying those things, that's who you will attract, is those same people. Whatever you carry in you is what vibrates in you. Let me say that again. Whatever you carry in you is what vibrates in you. And if that vibrates in you, only those people who carry that same thing can stimulate you. Does that make sense? Whatever you carry from the past is what vibrates in you. When you see something, or when there's another energy that can stimulate that same thing in you that you are carrying, only then can they stimulate you. So it's the people who carry the key. Like for instance, at a certain age when you are healed, or not age, stage, when your nervous system is completely perfectly fine and you have self-control, the things that bother you before don't bother you anymore. The men or women that stimulate you before, they won't do it no more because you realize you know you're not there anymore. They cannot put on their feelings so that your stuff will be, they can't turn you on anymore because the energy that was there is gone. It's no longer there. And so this is the difference. So you have to open up your heart. You want to meet somebody, open up your heart and let them things go out. Because a lot of you hearts are closed. Hearts are completely closed. Seriously, your hearts are completely, it's like this. And it's been closed for so long that everything still is in there. The pain, the hurt, the anger, the resentment, the this and the that is still there because it's still closed. And so you got worse. So after you broke up and you stayed single for a long time, you got worse. Because some of you then never opened your heart after you broke up. After you was left, after you was ghosted, your heart stayed closed because that's how you thought that you can protect your heart by keeping it closed. You cannot protect your heart by closing it. You cannot protect your heart by not loving. You cannot protect your heart by not trusting. And you cannot protect your heart by keeping it closed. It's impossible. A closed heart don't get fed. A closed heart don't get love. A closed heart cannot love. A closed heart cannot experience love. A closed heart cannot trust. A closed heart cannot experience trust. You can't receive or get trust. And so many of us, our hearts been closed for many years. And you think that you was healing all this time. Yes, you think that you were healed, but you just been unbothered. You had nothing there to bother you. And so when you get back in a relationship, you realize, oh shoot, I'm effed up. The light is bright, you will trust. Yeah, you were right. Yeah. So if you want, listen, if you want to, if you want to have a better, you have to open up your heart. Let those things go. It gives you a better chance to attract somebody when you have an open heart. What's a reasonable amount of time to take between breakups? That's a hard thing to say. Now, some people think after a breakup, you need healing. I think that you need a reset, but there's no time because everybody is different, right? I think everybody is different based on the level of self awareness that you are that you have. I think it's different based on your level of self awareness. Now, a lot of us are not self aware, so we don't know what's happening within us, right? We don't know what's happening. We can't see ourselves. We don't know what's going on within us. So for those people, no matter how long you take, it doesn't make a difference because every time you go back, you know, every time you go back, you're gonna remember the pain. You're gonna remember how it felt. You're gonna remember the feeling. You're gonna remember the breakup, and that's gonna stimulate some type parts of you, and then it happens again, and you self sabotage. So it doesn't make a difference how long of a break you take, right? It makes a difference from how self aware you are. Based on your level of self awareness, is based on how much time that you think that you need. But I don't think there's a specific time frame. 6 months to a year, it's irrelevant. Because what if that person, a great person, shows up within the next 2 months or 3 months? What do you do? Say, no, I can't? No. It's just based on your self awareness. If you knew me, I would say that you are dealing with me personally. Christine, that's funny. How do you become more self aware? How do you become more self aware? You become more self aware by learning about yourself. By, you know how I became self-aware? I became self-aware when I started to read. I became more self-aware when I started to read those books. Because those books open a portal in my brain that showed me me, right? Those books opened parts of my brain that I never thought, I never heard of. And so when I began to read all those books, knowledge became there. Wisdom started to grow, right? Information begins to be taken in. The more information that I begin to have, right? The more information that I begin to experience is the more I looked at myself. And so when I read those books, I looked at me. And when those books make sense and it shows me a place where it makes sense and is loving and is peaceful, it made me now, okay, let me see if I can become this. So you can see a lot in yourself when you look at outside of yourself, right? These books will, I think this one was one of my greatest books, The Untethered Soul. This one was one of my greatest books that I read that opened up a port. Again, a bunch of these books right opened up parts of me that I never understood. The other party has moved on, and you are sitting in one. Yeah. Um, just discovering what seems to be a very what. But yeah, but that's how I became self-aware. I began to challenge myself with new information. Listen, you become self-aware by adding new information to you. See, many of us, we still have the same old information, and the old information don't make us any aware of anything at all. To be self-aware, you must include new information. When you have the new information, you can look at the old you and say, oh, 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 I got it now. Oh, and as you begin to take in new information, you begin to compare yourself to the old information, and the old information doesn't make sense anymore. It's outdated. So now it's time to practice something different, practice something new. And that's when you start. Yeah. That's really when you start. So that's when I started. But it's about spending time with yourself, being by yourself, practicing in that, it's just self-awareness is one of them things that you have to have new information, man. Um, if you have someone is got themselves together, but you are not attracted to them any way physically, but still want to be around you. If you have someone that's got themselves together, but you are not attracted to them, attraction can be created. I want you all to know attraction can be created. Attraction can be created. Attraction is not, if you're not attracted to somebody physically, it's not the end. It can be built. Uh-oh. Hold on, okay? Give me 1 second, okay? I'll be right back. Hey.
Hello.
Hi.
We just finished.
Okay. You coming up now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want anything to eat or you need me to bring anything?
Yeah, you should bring them back some Chick-fil-A.
Some what?
Some Chick-fil-A.
What do you want from Chick-fil-A?
I don't want anything. I'm good.
Okay.
Okay?
Do you want anything from the Chinese place, like some rice and chicken?
No. I don't want the food.
No, you're not hungry?
No. But I'm on a live, okay? So,
Oh,
all right? All right. It's all right. Bye.
okay.
My bad, y'all. My bad. That was my wife asked me what I want to eat. My bad. You all still there? She's so sweet. Wait, did you all hear her voice? You all didn't hear her, right? um, vital channel for society, especially those discovering themselves. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, you all heard? Oh, shoot. Oh, man. Damn. Okay, you all got me on that one. I didn't know you all was hearing me. My bad. Shoot. What was I saying? What was I saying? Yeah, she's a very. I told you all she's sweet. But I create that space though. You know, I create that space for my family to be sweet. Yeah, definitely. Family first, indeed. You're gonna turn your Yeah, I was eavesdropping, huh? Yo, I didn't yo, yo, I didn't, you know, attraction. Yeah, yes, thank you. Thank you, Alvaro. When it comes to attraction, right? Attraction is not the buy all for all, right? Um, you we want to see your wife to see how you're being highly favored. This is my wife's picture. This is my wife in the military. This is my wife. If you guys never saw my wife, this is my wife in a military uniform, looking scary, looking scary as a drill sergeant. But when it comes to attraction, right? When it comes to attraction, thank you, Karen. When it comes to attraction, attraction can be created. Attract just because you're not attracted to somebody physically, it doesn't mean that you won't be, and it doesn't mean that you can't be. It means that you are still, because remember, attraction is a memory. Attraction is some beauty is a memory. Attraction is something that you have seen before that looks familiar. Sometimes you have to change that. You have to change that in your mind. You have to change it intentionally. Because if not, if what feels good and what looks good and what is good to you and good character, if you cannot be attracted to that, something is off. So we have to learn how to change the way how we connect to what we need. Example of what a healthy relationship looks like. Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Our online in-law is good. But yeah, you have to learn how to change the way how you look at things. You have to learn how to connect, intentionally by yourself. You really have to learn. And I think when you can do that, you can learn, I did that. I did that. Because the stronger the connection is with somebody, the more the attraction is. The stronger that you are connected. So practice being attached to what is loving. Sometimes when we learn to think about the things that are good, the things that have good report, the things that are lovely, the things that are kind. When we think of those things, it brings us a vibration. When you think of those things, because I think what we're doing, we are comparing this person to another person that you have been with. We think about the things that are lovely. Think about the things that are kind and pure, of good report. When you can think about those things and see those things, your attraction will change. So you have to practice. Listen, sometimes, I get it, it's work. You see, here we think that, okay, so people say relationships is hard work. I don't think it's hard work. I think the beginning stages is hard work. Because sometimes to choose somebody, you must learn to adapt. You must learn to accept. That's the hard work, right? That is the hard work. Learning to accept somebody fully without judgment. Learning to accept. I remember when my wife started to talk to me, when I talked to my wife, her voice was different. Them to you, it's not worth it. It really works out. I remember when my wife was talking to me, when we first met, it was the most weirdest thing to hear her voice because I wasn't used to that voice. But I had to learn, this is her voice. Why? I used to mess with her too. But why your voice like that? Like what? Like that? Like why do you talk like that? I don't understand. That's my voice. I don't know what to tell you. But after a while, I realized, man, why am I comparing your voice to somebody else's voice? Why am I comparing your voice to her voice? Why am I comparing your voice to people who I don't really care about voice? And so I had to accept that voice as it is. And when I began to accept the voice, seriously, when I began to accept her voice, I think a lot of doors open because it was stopping me. Hey, T. But sometimes you have to break through that attraction barrier. Remember, that attraction is your brain seeking familiar things. Thank you, T. But that wouldn't be mad because didn't want me to be physical. I had to let him go. I had to change the way how I see her. I had to accept. This lady, man. Break through the usual. Yeah, hey Shaz, how you doing? But yeah, you have to break through. In the beginning, relationships should be hard because you're gonna have to change some things about how you think. Change some connection that you made before. Recreate connection. That's how you heal. How do you heal? Right? How do you heal from trauma? Right? It's the same thing. How do you heal from trauma? Now, here many of us we have trauma. Trauma is a type of response that we have when something comes to our minds. Hey, Yodi, how we doing? Trauma is a response that we have, right? When something comes to our senses, our minds, our thoughts. We have trauma. We don't go back to trauma because we love trauma. We go back to trauma because it's familiar. It's a familiar place. We have seen it, we have done it, we have heard it, we have tasted it, we have touched it. It's familiar. Now, how do you change that? How do you redirect the brain? Now, if you are a fearful person, because many of us are fearful, let's say fearful people. Now, what does it mean? That means you have to learn to reprogram your fear and put something else in that place. Instead of fear, you can practice, how do I feel grateful? If you have never been grateful before, it's one of the most difficult things to experience or to actually practice. Yeah. Listen, it becomes the most difficult thing to practice because now, how do I feel grateful? How? But what I have nothing to be grateful for. My mom ain't here, my dad ain't here, my chickens was eaten. My dog left me. He ran away. You know what I mean? Yesterday he pissed me off. My girlfriend dumped me. How do I be grateful? Don't look for the outside. You have to practice on the inside. So this is when you begin to give your body and your spirit a new feeling by using your imagination. And so you have to imagine if everything was perfect. If everything was this, if this was this. And then how would I feel if I was grateful? How would I feel if everything was going the way that it should? And I began to practice gratitude. But when I began to practice it, I did it today, I did it tomorrow, I did it the next day. Because now I had to rewire my brain. I had to rewire my program. I had to rewire my entire makeup. And so now I had to keep changing it and tweaking it and feeling it because anger was there. Anger came so natural. You know how easy anger comes? Anger comes like this. Is anybody in here, does anybody in here have any anger problems? Would you say that you have anger problems? Anybody in here? Anger problems, anybody? Or feeling resentful? Thinking my practice has to be stronger than my past experience. It has to be every day. Remember, it's like water. Looking for the positive instead of... It's not about looking for positive or negative. I don't do positive or negative things. I don't do positive or negative. I don't do that level of stuff. I don't look at life as positive or negative. I look at life as reality. But I look at life... Remember, my reality is in my mind. Your reality is in this physical realm. Mine is in my mind. Whatever is real in my mind, I know for a fact is real. I don't look at it on the outside. So, but if you ever had, let's say, anger problems, or if you ever had problems with resentment and all them things, what you have to do, you have to realize, okay, this resentment, it comes like this. Somebody says this, it comes. Somebody does this, it comes. Somebody didn't show up, it comes. Or guilt. Somebody does this, it comes. And so so now, if I know that's there, now what I'm about to do, what do I want to experience, right? Carrying a grudge, right? What do I want to experience? I want to experience peace. I want to experience peace. So what I'm going to do, since peace has not been wired strongly in my body, but anger has, since peace has not wired strongly in my brain, but resentment has, since peace was not wired so strong in my body and my spirit, but jealousy has, I have to rewire and train my brain how to feel peace. And so what I would do every single day, I would sit still, I would relax my body, and I would picture some image in my mind about what is a peaceful experience. I would have a picture in my mind. I would see my kids. I would see my daughter, my sons. I would see my family, right? I would see something. I would see a situation where God is around me. I would see me repeating some type of scripture that says, even though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I shall not fear no evil. I would picture that. And as I picture that, I asked myself, what if I was at peace and God was near me and God is guiding me? How would I feel? Knowing that I cannot be touched, I cannot be harmed, how would I feel? And I begin to feel it now. I practice this feeling every single day. Every day I practice it. Every day. tomorrow, next week, next week, the next week, the next year. After a while, the feeling sticks because you reprogram, you rewire your brain because every single day you are doing something. So therefore, your body begins to crave it. If you eat every day at 3 p.m., guess what? Every day at 2:50, you're hungry. If you eat every day at noon, every day at 11:30, 11 o'clock, you're hungry already. Because why? The body is on a schedule. Do we understand this? The body's on a schedule. The body's on a schedule. The body keeps a score. So if you program your body on a daily basis, every single day with something, and you give it something every day, it begins to crave it on that same time every day. Do you notice that? Look and see how you eat. How do you eat? If you eat 2 meals a day, your body becomes hungry 2 times a day. True or false? If you eat 5 times a day, you are hungry 5 times a day. If you eat once a day, your body gets used to it and only becomes to crave food once a day. Do I ever fast? Sometimes I do. Not often. Not often at all. I have anger issues, especially when I see a person who looks like my uncle who used to make us do his work for many years with insults. I understand that. You learn me. Yeah, Karen. Like for real. Your program is scheduled. Yeah, same. It's the same. It's the same exact thing. And so this is the uncomfortable part. You can train your mind to be attracted to that if you want to. You can train yourself to love someone. You can't help who you love. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can help who you love. You have to train and condition, but that part of the work, nobody wants to do it because it doesn't come naturally. You know what comes naturally? Your own suffering. That comes like this. One falls as one is the same. Change it if you know it. Right? You can't help. Nobody wants to fix that part. You know, your trauma comes like this. What does that mean? You just keep it coming. You can fix it. You can rewire your brain. But we have to learn that you have the power to do it. You have the power to trample over snakes and scorpions. You have the power to trample over everything that you think is wrong with you. You have the power. It's just energies. If you put an energy with another energy, the stronger one will win. The stronger one wins. But, you know, when you have anger problems, it's not that you have anger issues. You just have an issue where you let yourself be. You have a reaction. You don't have anger problems. What you have is this experience where you just react. You don't think about it. You just go back into reaction mode. If you stop reacting and you choose, you might realize that you are choosing to be angry. You don't have anger problems. You are choosing every day to be angry. If you start to be aware of your choices, you will stop choosing anger because you can choose anything else. It's up to that person, the light bulb moment. Yeah. If you realize that you are choosing anger, when I get in my emotions, I ask myself, why am I choosing this? When I say, why am I choosing this? I wake up because now I've been sleeping. I just reacted. I wake up. I'm choosing it. Let me choose something else. You know how many emotions there are? A lot. There are many emotions. But why do you keep choosing the same one? You keep choosing the same one. And you think that you're not choosing it. You think that you are just reacting. Your reaction is a choice because you could react something else. If somebody lied to you, you can be angry and you can smile. You can. It's your choice. It's just that you think the smile don't grow with it. You know, it doesn't align with the lie. Yeah. Well, this don't match, so let me pick the one that match. The anger match more. Right? If somebody, should give you the middle finger, well, if I smile, that doesn't match the middle finger. Let me match his energy. Let me cuss him out. Because you want to match. Hey, Tabby, how we doing? You want to match. Thank you for the gift. And since you want to match, that's what you're going to get. The same thing. So you have a choice. Southern girl, how we doing? Long time no see. I don't even see you no more. Where you been? How do you feel about practicing and learning to meditate? I think it's a very important thing. But you have to understand meditation is not what you think it is. Oftentimes, meditation becomes a formality to many people, especially on social media, because meditation gives you an image of what you're supposed to look like, what you're supposed to act like, how you're supposed to put your hands and your fingers, touch this finger with this finger, and it becomes another formality. It becomes another religious practice again, and it doesn't. It's not worth it. If you're gonna meditate, understand this is just you by yourself, right? If you're gonna meditate, it's just you by yourself, right? A lot of times when you learn how to meditate, one of the things that you do is that you expect that if you want to silence your mind, you expect your mind to shut off. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, Gina. You expect your mind to shut off. And when you expect your mind to shut off and it doesn't shut off, like your heart don't shut off, your liver don't shut off, your kidneys don't shut off, your brain don't shut off, nothing shuts off. You can't shut anything off. And so when you think that your mind or your brain should shut off, it's going to make you more frustrated because it's not going to shut off. And so meditation, it looks like people are doing it like they're not having thoughts and stuff. And you are looking out. I mean, looking at them, thinking that you see a monk doing it or somebody doing it, and you think that it's just peaceful. No, meditation is a practice that takes a long time, and whatever you put in is what you get out of it. Right? Meditation is you doing whatever you want to do. Is you bringing awareness to yourself, to your body, to your mind, to your spirit. It's just you. But it takes a while. Don't expect to do meditation for the first time and expect you to just sit there, because right now the body and the mind are not in sync. That's why meditation brings them back in union. The meditation, your mind and your body is in two different places. And now when you try to sit down and not move, you start to feel frustrated. You start to itch some places. You start to feel hungry. You start to hear your stomach bubble. Then you remember something got to be done, and you get angry and you say, this is hard. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. You still take the time and still you stay there anyways. It gets like that. That's the truth. That's how it's supposed to be. And then you're going to do it again. But this time when you're doing it, you probably don't want to do it because it was hard the first time and I can't silence my brain. You can't silence your mind. And you're going to do it again. And just give yourself some time. Sit there. Just give yourself, don't get up before the time. That's the first step. Don't get up before the time. Give yourself some time. Put 5 minutes in. Start with 5 minutes. And then after a while, just focus on your breath. Breathe. Just know that you were breathing. And after a while, it goes deeper. And it goes deeper. But it takes a while. It don't take days or weeks. Mr. John is way bigger than what? Yeah. Meditation is just to get your body and your mind and everything else back in union. Because many times we're not in union. Hey, Chardonnay, how we doing? But if we learn to do it right, we have to go easy on ourselves. How is Thanksgiving different from meditation? That's two different things. Gratitude and meditation is two different things. You can listen in your meditations. You can do anything in it. You can give thanks. You can be at peace. You can, you can, as you call it, manifest. You can be quiet. You can be still. It's how you want to do it. It's really how. There is no way to do it right. It's how you want to do it, right? But in your meditation, as you meditate, as you focus, as you sit there and you release everything and relax everything and let everything be. You can put anything there that you want. It's really your choice. There is no way. Nobody should tell you how to meditate. But being thankful, because in meditation, sometimes it's just to be quiet. And I don't always have to have an emotion. I don't always have to give thanks. I don't always have to be happy. I don't always have to be mad. I don't always have to be anything. And so sometimes when I do my meditation, I'm just still. Nothing is there. I don't want to be emotional, right? I don't want to be anything. I don't want to connect to anything or any object. So let me just sit still. Let me just hear myself breathe. Let me focus on how I feel on the inside, right? Let me see what I feel on the inside as I breathe. How deep does my breath go? When I breathe in, does my breath stop here? Does it stop here? Does it stop here? When I breathe in, does my stomach come out? Does it go back in? When I breathe in, do I feel any kind of tension in my body? Hey, Tony. When I inhale, do I feel any kind of force or any kind of, or is it natural? And let me focus on the breath. Let me realize that I'm breathing, right? Let me realize I am breathing. So I breathe in, I am alive. I breathe out, I'm present. I breathe in, I breathe out. There's nothing else. Sometimes there's nothing else to do. You ain't got to do nothing else. It's just when you are doing nothing, it's harder to connect to it because you have identified your life with doing all type of things. So it's very hard to just sit there and do nothing because and for your entire life, your identity, the way you think, the way you feel was always obsessed with doing something, was always connected to something else. It was always attached to being something else, to doing something else, with someone. Like being grateful. What are you grateful for? Why you can't just be grateful? Something else have to be there attached to it, right? And so in this state, you are just being with no reason, with nothing attached, with no outside. But that's more challenging, right? So it takes a while. Yeah, it takes a while. I read my Bible and meditate on keeping my peace, on positive things. Praise God by the blood of Jesus. Amen. Hallelujah. Darius, hallelujah. But we have to be mindful, man. We have to be all these things that we are facing when it comes to relationship, when it comes to dating. Yeah, and like I told you guys before, man, when you are attracting somebody, you place in your heart, you place in your spirit what you want to feel. You place in your mind and your spirit what you want to experience. And you sit that there. And then you understand when that's there, that's the energy that begins to speak to whoever comes in your life. When you get in a relationship, when you get married, every single day I still do this, even though I've been married for 10 years, I still do it because I still guide my life with my vision, right? My vision is when my eyes are closed and I'm seeing something, I'm putting my emotion there. It's not something that you stop doing. It's something, whether you have a job already or not, if you have the career that you want, you still have to still see yourself being at the best version of that career. You still see yourself climbing the ladder. You still see yourself being at peace. You still seeing yourself doing exactly what you want to do in your career field. And so you never stop manifesting it. You never stop creating it. You never stop creating a different space because it's always growth. It's always growth in relationship, no matter where you are. And so many of us, when we find that person, we stop. You never stop because if you plant a seed and it grows a little bit and then you stop just because you see it grow and you stop watering it, what happens? It dies. True or false? If you plant a seed and when you see it finally grow out from the ground, when it sprouts up from the ground and you stop watering it, it dies. See, many times in relationship, what we're doing, we stop creating it. We stop manifesting. We stop having that energy on it. And it dies just like everything else because we stop. We get too complacent. We get comfortable. We stop growing. Oftentimes, that's our biggest problems. And so when you see marriage happens, you see like when people say, I want a marriage that we pray together. It means it's a marriage that literally means you want to grow together, right? When in the Christian faith, when you pray together, both has that vision and both are going towards that. So I'm saying both are going towards that. And so for me, I'm the one who drives in my relationship. I drive. Thank you, beautiful, great. Thank you. In my marriage, I drive. I'm the driver. And so she doesn't drive well, right? But when I tell her where we're going, she knows exactly how to get there. But I drive using my vision. I'm a man of vision. I drive my family. But in my vision, my family is included. My wife is there. My kids are there. I'm there. It gives us another step. It takes me to the next step. If tomorrow I drive again, I go to the next step. I drive every single day. You want something to last, you have to put that time in. You have to give it water and energy. No, seriously. Thank you, Elena. You have to give it energy. You have to. You just can't stop feeding it. I think in relationships, we stop feeding it. If you keep feeding something, it's not much hard work. It's not hard work, It's just common sense. No, like for real. If it's just common sense, it's just you gotta put some things in. It should be natural by now. You've been doing it for all these years. It should come naturally. It shouldn't be forced. You shouldn't become tired of it. You know what I mean? Like you shouldn't become. It's something that you get tired of, because you should be proud. Like this is something, like this represents my vision. You know what I mean? This represents. Let me drive. But anyways, let me get off of here. I've been out here for too long. I wasn't supposed to. Yeah, Kia. Let me get off of here. It's Friday. Let me let you all go. You all have a blessed day, man. Y'all have a blessed weekend. I will see you guys next week. I'll be for the guys in the group, for my members tomorrow. I'll see you guys at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye, Miranda. Bye, Miranda. Love you too, Miranda. Bye, Jamisha. Wait, is she still there? Okay, I will. Bye, Gina. I appreciate you guys too, man. You all have a blessed day, all right? You all be good. Oh, you love this class, boss lady? Good. I'm glad. Bye, Marsha. I didn't know you were still there. You all have a blessed day. I have a blessed weekend. Bye, Rashida. You was quiet, huh? Okay, I see you at 2. Bye, Miss Ira. Are you gonna be there tomorrow? Remember, I'm gonna post the link in on YouTube, Miss Ira. So make sure you click the link so you can come to the Zoom tomorrow, Miss Ira. Okay, it's 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you are there because you are a member. All right. Okay. Good. So you all have a blessed night. All right. I see you guys later.